What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwana, and I am back with a throwback. Okay, I have made a decision that I'm going to start uploading first season of some maybe shows or videos or scripted TV, maybe reality TV. But we're just gonna do one show at a time because y'all know a lot of things have gone off or won't come back on, is on mid-season pause or whatever. So I kind of have some time to knock out the first episode, the first season of Being Mary Jane. Okay, so we're gonna start with season 1, episode 1, Being Mary Jane, or pilot. It was the either or, but that they named it both. First, before we do that, please make sure you comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. And please make sure you guys are liking all the videos so I can stay in the algorithm of things. For the new people that have come along, welcome. I hope you like my content. For the people that have been here for 5 months, thank you for supporting my content. Okay, I welcome all comments as long as y'all they not like rude and all of that. Y'all just give me some grace. I'm new. Okay, so just work with me. Be free to put and say whatever you want. I'm all kind of okay with it. And yada yada yada. But thank you. And now that we have grown, being Jane has been out for a while, so I think we can look at it from a different perspective. I'm gonna try. It was a lot for episode 1 but here we go. So as it comes on, you guys know, not you guys, but y'all know, My Life by Mary J. Blige is playing. Y'all, that sound so good when you first hear it. When it come on, it's like it give you that nostalgic feeling. That's how I felt. Anyway, so it's 2 a.m. She's up baking, and what I'm learning is, I guess baking is something that she actually loves to do, and she's good at it. And she gets a knock on the door, and it's Andre. Y'all know Andre is played by Omari Hardwick, and he was like, he was drunk. He was extremely drunk. He was like, I know I haven't called you in a minute. I'm sorry. I just wanted to say some things to you. And I guess if we didn't look at it, if we would have looked at it now, if it was new, we'd have been like, yeah, he married. We didn't know. I did not know. Okay. So she tell him, hold up. Child, she go run in the bathroom, get freshened up, because she already know what time of day it is, what time of morning it is. She wanted to go unloosen her hair, take all her stickies, because y'all know, if you notice, she has stickies everywhere. And when I saw her do that, I used to do that too. I used to put a lot of inspirational stickies all over my room. Why I wanted to be like that, I don't know, but I'm glad I don't know why I was so inspired by her. That was a long time ago, though. So, she take her bra off. She had on her shirt so she can be cute. She had on them little shorts, and of course she let them in, and she definitely let them in. Okay, y'all will catch that on y'all way out. Anyway, so it's the next morning, and she wakes up. She's looking at him and just rubbing his face, and she was like, God, if he's not mine, give me a sign. Child, the first thing he did was throw up on her. Baby, if that ain't sign number 1. But she actually ignored that sign. And I was like, okay, so this how y'all know God works. When you ignore the first sign, he smack you in the face with the other one. And thus far, she got smacked in the face with the other one because after he threw up on her, she was like, ew, go in the bathroom. So he went in the bathroom. They was in the bathroom just kind of laughing and talking. And he tells her he loves her. And I was like, ooh. And then I was like, and in that moment, she felt like, okay, this man loves me. Something is there. Let's, she's thinking, okay, I can do this. So she goes to pick up all of his clothes. She still let him freshen up. She was like, I'm gonna go get you, what they call those things, those waters. I'm gonna go get you some water so it can help you alleviate the nausea. And so she picks up his clothes and she steps on his shirt, and in his shirt is she stepped on the shirt under the shirt. She grabbed it. I'm sorry, it was she picked up the shirt, she stepped on the ring, and she gripped it with her toe, and she saw his wedding band. She threw him out the house, of course. Y'all know she hosed him down with the water. He was like, you lied to me. You didn't tell me you was married. And she didn't. I know. She didn't know what she didn't know. You don't know what you know. So she didn't know, kicked him out. And he was like, I'm drunk. I can't go home like this. She was like, well, there's a tree. Go wrap your car around it. I was like, my Lord. So she get in the house. She's, I guess she's trying to process it, but she don't give herself a chance to process it. So she gets ready to go out on her run, comes back home, gets ready for work, leave out the door. So as she driving down her road, she see a BMW that looked just like his, and she thought it was him. So she gets out the car and she's like, please don't be dead. Please don't be dead. Because, of course, she got strong feelings for this man. So she walks up to see it was another man, and he crashed his car into a tree, and he was bleeding, and paramedics was helping him, and he noticed that it was Mary Jane, and it was like, oh my God, can I take a picture with you? Nose was bloody and everything. I was like, okay. And so the officer was like, the paramedics or the officer was like, well, you bleeding. And she was like, I just want to take one picture. He was like, all right, because I need to take one next. I was like, okay. So we realized that Mary Jane has definitely played a martyr in her family. And she has been doing this for a long time. Her mom over obsessed off of everything. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I really thought that mama was kind of faking a funk a little bit, like putting 20 on 10. She could have really been sick, but she was sick. I think she was sick, but sometimes it was just like, I'm helpless and I know my daughter's going to come and save me type energy that her mama gave. But that's just how I felt. So her mom constantly calls her because her mom relies on her excessively. She relies on her to do the things that she should be doing. Or, that she has 2 other grown adults that they should be doing. But somehow she has made herself the martyr. And I guess because she has money, she has a good job and a career, no kids, so they feel like it's family. But we'll get into that it's family part later. So, her mom gets on the phone and just was going on and complaining about everything and everybody. So Mary Jane was very off-putting with her mom. I gotta go, I'm gonna call you back. And she did have to leave, but her mom is just like, I need you when I need you. And it's just kind of like unfair because this lady have a life. And so Mary Jane walks into her meeting and she's late. I think it was like a pitch meeting. And her boss, older white guy, was very passive aggressive. And he tells Kira to speed Mary Jane up on the meeting that we just had. So there is an article in a magazine, and it said that black women are ugly. And so she felt very strongly about doing a piece on that article. However, the news, the people at the news, they don't want her to do that because it caused too much chaos. It causes a lot of ruckus, and you know how I go. If we scream, if we say something, we say anything, we're the angry black women, and we're just supposed to take the abuse of it all. So Kara tells her that the network won't allow her to do it. Sometimes I sometimes feel like Kara didn't fight hard enough for her, but Kara was always willing to use her for her own benefit. It was always something about Kara that I never liked. And I think that was that main thing that I never liked about Kara. So, her mom, as Mary Jane goes in her office, her assistant tells her, your mom has called again. And it's just, it gotta be exhausting being Pauletta. Okay, I'm either call her Pauletta or Mary Jane Ball, or Mary Jane or MG, but I'm gonna call her something. So, y'all know her mama was played by Suge Avery. Okay, what is Suge? I don't even remember Suge Avery. Real, I forgot her name. I know her name, I forgot it. Okay, anyway, so she picks up the phone. Her mom was like, well, you didn't call me back. And I just would have been like, God damn, mom, I gotta work. Girl, you got the... But when I tell y'all, her mama is annoying to me. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'ma just... Her mama was very annoying and very codependent. So, Mary Jane, she's complaining about that the brother... that her son Patrick didn't bring. Patrick, about 40 some years old, still stay with his parents, but Patrick was abusing drugs. And so I think they have to drug test Patrick, but I think that's in a couple of episodes, a couple next episodes. Sorry, I didn't want to. I mean, y'all know, y'all watched it. So Patrick and his baby mom lived there along with the younger brother PJ. And so Mary Jane, her mom was complaining, talking about he didn't bring me no water, he didn't bring me this. And it's just like, does she have Alzheimer's? Like, it's insane. So Mary Jane has to stop what she's doing, call her brother, and tell him to bring his mom a glass of water. And I was like, this is exhausting. Because not only does she martyr, I'm going to be completely honest, Mary Jane is a bitch. Okay? And that's the one thing I don't like about how she talks down to everybody. Like, she has a way of saying things, and she feels like that's gonna help the situation. And so she tells her mom, so do I need to talk to PJ about the woman that he brought in the house? So of course PJ, the younger brother, brought a girl in the house. The mama found out. She been tripping about it ever since. It's like, it's annoying. It's exhausting. It has to be exhausting being her. I'm gonna keep saying that. And so the mom was like, yeah, but don't be so hard on him. But you want her to be hard on your oldest son. It was just the picking and choosing and who she felt like she liked, because she did not like Patrick's baby mom. Because I want to say she was on drugs too, but I think she's not. And they share a little girl together. But I got to keep watching because some of the stuff I actually forgot. So, meanwhile, she found out the man that... Now, okay, so we find out that Andre was married. Dre, I guess. Was that his name? Andre? So Andre was married. And so, again, she hasn't had a chance to process it because she had to do all of these things from the time she got up and, had this thing with him to the time she made it back to her office after her meeting. I don't even think it was about 9-10 o'clock in the morning. She had to do all of this. So in the meeting room, everybody had left at this point. And she had a moment where she was about to cry. And she kept saying, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Like, trying to get herself not to cry, being a stoic black woman. Because we have to make it look like we got it all together. And sometimes we just don't. And I hate that they never allowed her to feel her feels. She did. But only to certain people. To everybody else, I'm fine. I'm Pauletta. I got it together. I'm Mary Jane. I got it together. That's how she came off. I feel like she was only able to be vulnerable with Mark. And Mark is her best friend, he works at the station as well. So over at her mom's house, everybody's over there singing happy birthday, and they asked, it was time for her to blow out the candles, and she started coughing all over the cake. And I was just like, my Lord. So her husband, played by Richard Roundtree, but when I tell y'all, Richard Roundtree looked it good. Okay, rest in peace. He went outside. He went to sit outside on the porch. And so Mary Jane came out to talk to her dad, and he was just like, I wish she would just go on and be with the Lord. And she was like, you don't mean that? He was like, yes, I do. But I just it's so weird that a woman is always willing to take care of a man at his sickest. Like when he's down and out and we don't have a choice, we saddle up and do it. But when it just feels like sometimes when times get hard for them and they have to do the caretaking, they're ready to give up. I'm just saying. Anyway, Patrick, she goes back into the house, and she apologized to Patrick for the comment she made about him, not I guess going upstairs, taking his mom some water, assuming that he's not doing whatever. So Patrick asked her for $500. She was like, I was like, how you just ask people for $500? But all right. She asked, I can help you out with a budget. He said no. And she said, so what happened to the money that y'all live here and y'all eat here for free? So what happened to the money you getting for the state for taking care of mom? And he tells her, this was so selfish. Like they feel like she owed them something. And that's the one thing I hate. Because they family. She's supposed to do it because she got it. She's not supposed to do it. You get up off yoke and you do what you need to do. So she says that he tells her, get out his face. Like, sir, you asking me for some money, and when I offer to help you with a budget or ask you what happened to your money because y'all staying here rent free and you eating here for free, where is the money going? And so you had the audacity to say, oh, so he tells her, well, who has mom breathing again? And she says mom wouldn't have to have a breathing fit if y'all gave her meds on time. So he looks at her and then he walks off. He's pissed. Like, sir, you cannot get mad because this lady don't want to give you $500. Go out there and get a job. Oh, I can't. I mean, and it's too much. So Tracy doesn't like her. Visibly, Tracy rolls her eyes at her every time. Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. But your man is the one asking her for $500. But I don't get it. I get it. Like, Mary Jane can come off a lot strong. But at the same time, if I'm financing y'all, I got a right to ask whatever I want. So she tells Mary Jane, he does, he gives your mom everything she needs on time. The mom over exaggerates everything. And I think it's just because she don't like that baby mama being there. Or she low-key don't want Patrick there because of his drug usage. But she coddles them, and then when she don't want to do the hard part, she goes to Mary Jane so Mary Jane can do the hard part for her. And that aggravates me because that mama is exhausting. So she picks PJ up at his job, and she asks about the girl at his mom's house. So PJ tells her, he tried to lie about it. She was like, no, don't do that. But she's softer with PJ. I guess because PJ in college. I guess. I don't know. So PJ was not supposed to mention about Nisa being pregnant, but he mentioned it. And in this moment, she busts in the house. Everybody sitting down watching TV. She was like, Nisa, are you pregnant again? I'm like, God damn, girl. Like, to me, I felt like that was her. It wasn't a difference of. She was mad. I feel like really she was mad because deep down, y'all know she want to have a baby. She want to have a baby, and you mad because she's having a baby. So she definitely tried to flip it on Niecy, and was like, and she was telling the truth, but at the same time, she was trying to flip it on Niecy because you really mad because you have done everything right. There is no baby. There is no man. There is no baby. And so she blurred out, after she was projecting, and at the same time, she was being a martyr. Okay. So, Patrick tell Niecy, you don't have to answer her. And I'm just like, wait, hold up, Patrick. You don't even take care of nobody in this house. Okay? You're not doing anything but just sitting around. So, I don't know. So MJ says yes. Yes, she does, because when they need a stroller, when they need an outfit or a car to get around, she's going to have to be the one to buy it and purchase it. But Mary Jane, you can always say no. It's just as simple as that. I know everybody think the word no is hard, but it's not. When you realize you're being utilized and you're being used and abused, you're going to start learning how to say no. Okay? So Patrick asked what's wrong with it, and she said it's too many damn kids in this family and not enough adults feeding them. And I agree. It's 1, 2, 3. Well, the mom and dad, they, I guess, in their retired state. And then you have 4 grown people. This is including Niecy. So MJ asks, raise your hand whoever have a job. And then she tells Niecy, okay, I'm going to take you to, see that right there. Because she never even stopped to ask Niecy, what are you doing? Like, how many months are you, it's just she came in on the attack. And that makes people don't want to talk to you. When you come in on the attack, I don't want to talk to you. So Niecy just sat there and cried. I felt sorry for her. But this is the in Pauletta right here. Because you're really mad. You're really mad because you really want to be the one to be pregnant. But you're not. And so you're mad at her. And then you start talking down to your family because you're really mad because you have to take care of them because they're not helping in the capacity they need to, or they haven't leveled up to the place that you're at, and you're mad about that. You're mad because you feel like you have to take the responsibility and be the martyr, and you really don't. But that's just my opinion, y'all. So she tells Niecy, I'm going to take you to the doctor. And then she leave out of the house. She sit on the step and she cried. She gets a call from David. So David is not, don't answer 1, and Andre is don't answer 2. Okay? Y'all already know. So anyway, Mary Jane is in a shoe store and she's trying on shoes. So y'all know we see Tika Sumter. She is the owner of the shoe store. And she's complaining to her about her family. So Andre and his wife show up at the shoe store was already closed. So Andre and his wife show up, and because Andre spends tons and tons of money on her, she wanted to go in the shoe store, but she don't have no clue about Mary Jane. And so Mary Jane was in there because she was fumbling through her purse or whatever. And so the lady was like, can we come in? She said, she tells them we are closed, and she was like, please, 5 minutes. And she taps Mary Jane and said, what you think, we should let them in? Baby, Mary Jane looked like she saw a ghost, and Andre looked like he saw a ghost. And he was like, no, we'll come. What time you open? 10? Oh, all right, we'll come back tomorrow. Child, not his side piece and his wife in the same store. Andre, you're a liar and a cheater with your cute self. You're just so damn cute. So, in the next scene, she's sitting on the toilet, y'all. She calls Mark, see, if you want to hang out. He was like, no, I can't try it. We're going to try it again tomorrow. So, the next day, she's doing her segment, because y'all know she's a news anchor. So, she's doing her segment, and they take a break. Somebody tells her, your brother is here. Said it's important. So, she goes to her brother, And she was like, what do you want? He's back asking for more, asking for those $500. So she's pissed at this point. She was like, you come to my job asking me for $500. I thought something happened to mom. I thought she was unalived. And he was like, no, I didn't say it was emergency. I said that it was important. And so she was like, just basically she didn't want him showing up at her job, especially for money. So in the next scene, Niecy, Mary Jane, and Lisa. Lisa is the doctor. Lisa is also Mary Jane's best friend. So we find out that Niecy is 8 months pregnant. And Mary Jane, she goes to the bathroom. And so she was like, you didn't know she was, Lisa asked Mary Jane, you didn't know she was pregnant? And she said, no, I thought she was fat. And I was like, wow. And she wear these big old shirts. And I was like, bruh, this lady is rude. Like, she got so much anger in her. And coupled with the fact that that she playing her like a fiddle. Okay? So she tells Lisa, she was like, what am I going to do? Lisa said, you don't have to do anything. She said, you heard she's getting her own. So Niecy made a decision to get her own prenatal care, but mainly that was because she didn't want to tell Mary Jane she was pregnant. So she was like, Lisa said, you heard her. She was getting her own prenatal care. And so Mary Jane was like, at a free clinic. See, that judgy. Mary Jane was absolutely judgy when it came to her family. She was extremely judgmental. And so Lisa says, well, that's what she can afford. And so Mary Jane tells Lisa, turn your car around because I see where you are and where you trying to go. Like, I know you about to clock me right now, so you can go ahead and stop. But that's the problem. You needed to be clocked. You didn't have to take her to the doctor. You wanted to take her there. Just as much as your family is codependent, you're just as codependent on them. There are people in this world that claim, I don't want to take care of everybody, I don't want to do this, but they still do it because deep down you want to take care of people because you feel like that makes you I can't call it right now, but yeah, no, stop. You taking care of people at your own detriment. Like, no, don't do it. So anyway, Lisa tells her that Niecy's gonna keep on having babies, and you're gonna keep taking care of the babies. She says she's gonna keep having babies if you're gonna take care of the babies. So MJ say it's family. Lisa says just babysit then. That's it. You don't have to do nothing else. You don't have to sponsor these people because they're family. And that's the problem. People think because we are family, you are in somebody's family, that you're supposed to be financially responsible for them. No. Everybody has to be responsible for themselves. I can help you some here and there, not even that. But it's my choice. If I made it, I made a choice to make it. If you didn't, you made that choice. And that's okay because that's your choice. But you can't expect me to take care of you. Anyway, MJ says she does babysit, but sometimes it makes her want to kidnap the babies. And it was just a joke. But the bottom line is she's ready for children and a husband. The problem is the one man is married, and we'll get there in the next couple videos. And the other one, he didn't want nothing. He just want what he want and do whatever he want to do. And I'm talking about David. Like, they made him seem like, at that time, it seem like he was the good guy, and made it even seem like Andre was the good guy, and it really wasn't. So she said between her, Niecy, and her sister, I guess they have 4 kids between them. She then tells Lisa, I've done everything right. I've been a good girl. What do I have to show for it? Lisa said, a house and a career, a car. You have life to show for it, child. So in the car, Mary Jane is in the car with Niecy playing gospel music. And Niecy clocked her. Niecy always clocking her. Okay, and we'll get to see that in the other episode. So she was like, why are you trying to make me feel bad? And so she was like, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I was hoping this can be inspiration. And I'm just like, inspiration for what? Inspiration for what? So y'all, Mary Jane started to ask Niecy, like, what is your future looking like? What do you want to do? What do you want? So Niecy was like, porn. She was like, I'm good at sex, schmex. And she was like, I'll do porn. And she was like, no, I need you to be serious. What your what do you want? What do you foresee in your future? And she just dismissed it and was like, I really just want to have a baby shower at your house because I know she tells Mary Jane that not only Dante has her pregnant, he already has two, one on the way with Niecy and one that those two share together. He's gotten another girl pregnant. This girl is 6 months. I was like, Niecy, girl, you gotta do. I mean, I get it. Like, you gotta do better. So, MJ tells Niecy that having a baby cannot be your biggest achievement in life. And I was like, hold up, pause, push pause. Because that's the one thing you're trying to achieve. And you're telling her that that can't be her biggest achievement. Okay, Pauletta. All right. So Niecy tells MJ that her baby daddy got another girl pregnant. And she want to have a shower at Mary Jane's house because, you know, her house is lavish and all of that. So then she sits in the car. She's listening to Niecy and she sees Avery. Avery is Andre's wife. She sees Avery get out the car and go into the pet shop. So she goes into the store and Avery recognizes her and is like, oh my God, you're Mary Jane Paul. And she was like, yes. And she just tells her, did you know that you and your husband was sleeping with me for months now? Girl. So Avery was like, how is that supposed to make me feel? What am I supposed to do with this information? I'm in here in a cat store trying to pick out something for my best friend because she's upset because her husband is leaving her for his secretary. And it was the way Avery read her. She was like, but thank you, but I think I'll keep him. And I was like, okay, girl, now this way you lost me, Avery. This way you lost me. But I am willing to believe she knew something. Like she knew something wasn't right. Anyway, Avery, no. When she walked out, before she walked out, Avery asked her, she said, are there any unknown diseases that I need to know about? She tells Avery, no. And Avery was like, you can leave. She left. So Kara calls, next day MJ gets to work and she tells she overhears Kara booking a Brazilian wax. And so Mary Jane was like, well, who you trying to get cleaned up for? And see, y'all, that's the one thing I used to really dislike. When you're doing something, when you're prettying yourself up, people used to just assume you're doing it for a person. You're doing it for a man. And I like the fact that we do this for us. Everything we do for ourselves, not for nobody else. So she says, my ex, he called and he wanted to talk. But I think they'll talk about that in the next episode. So she was still asking Kara about the ugly black woman story, and Kara is really fighting her on this. And she was like, she just basically want her to lay down, don't pursue it, because then she'll look like the angry black woman, says the Latino woman who's always being looked at as pretty because they're white adjacent. And that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, Mary Jane is at home. Her and Mark looking at a TV show. She calls him. And so she rewinds it. She sees a baby commercial. And she starts to cry. And so Mark calls her back. She got off the phone with Mark because he told her, go check the playback or on something. And so she looked at the baby commercial, and he called her back, and she was just crying, and she was like, can I come over? So y'all know Mark is her good friend, and Mark lives down the road. So MJ gets a message. She goes over there, she cries, gets herself together, and then she go home. Sorry about that. In the next scene, MJ's at work. She gets a message from David, and do not answer 1. Okay, Andreas do not answer 2. So David asks her for dinner. They agree to go to dinner, and she has a change in clothes at work. She changes her clothes. She wrench herself off, okay? And before she left out, she came back in her office, and she used her toy. Pleasured herself twice, she said. And then before she met up with him, because we already know it was like past midnight. So she calls Kara, and Kara tells her, she was like, that's where I'm going. And she tells her, she's going to meet up with David. Kara was like, but that it's just a booty call. And so she was like, yeah. And so she said, did you pleasure yourself? And so she was like, yeah, I did twice. And she was like, oh, okay, that's my girl. And so she drove up to the diner, and she called David, canceled on him, because she knew it was just a booty call. She was like, hey, let the booty call be the booty call, and let a first date just be a first date, thought out plan. Let it be that. So over at Niecy's shower, the way she argued and she fussed at Niecy about everything, then she rolled up with a whole bunch of in a what they call that, a stroller, probably a high price stroller with a lot of clothes and all of that. You really overcompensating for not having a baby. I don't know. So she's talking to the maid in the house. She apologized to the maid about the condom or whatever, and that the maid, I guess, found on the floor. I don't know. She found it on the floor, but I think the maid saw it, so I don't really know about that part. Anyway, Dante comes in the house, and she was like, hey, you, Dante. It's just, she talks at people terribly. She has a bad disposition with people when she feels like they are beneath her. Like, that is aggravating to me. So he was like, you got a job? And I get it, because I would have been like, nigga, you got a job, So he was just rude. Like, I got it, don't get off my back. Like, sir, the way I would have pushed Dante down, okay? So she sees Patrick sitting outside in his car, smoking a cigarette. She goes out there. She has the $500. Again, you feel like you have to do these things. You let your family feel guilty because you don't want to take care of them when you tell them no, and you create boundaries, and then you cross over your own boundaries. That is crazy to me. And so she goes to give him the money. He was like, I don't need your money. I don't need it no more. I wouldn't have never offered him that money anyway. So later on that night, she gets a knock on the door, and it's David with chips and dip, and he want to know if she's up for consensual schmecks. Child. She takes, so they do it. I was like, girl, see, that's why you be in the same boat, okay? Because you let these they cute, but they dusty. Baby, you let these dusties play with you, okay? So she picks up David's condom. She takes it in the bathroom. He was like, oh, yeah, you know what? And she was like, I already taken care of it. She took a turkey baster, took the juices out of the condom, and put it in a cup, put the date on the cup, put it in a baking soda box, and put that in a freezer. I was like, so you stole a man's sperm. Girl. Trifling. Anyway, this where the episode end. But I do want y'all to know that David was a person that's been in her life for a long time. And I want to say, because she had on his Duke shirt, and she was sniffing his shirt, his basket. I guess he played basketball for Duke or whatever. Sniffed the shirt. And he know David know the family, like he's been around, but he's not a one woman man. I think that's right. He's not I don't think David is into monogamy. Okay. Anyway, this was an episode, and y'all, I really hope y'all like this. I'm going to just do these first 8 episodes, and then I don't know when I'm gonna come back with something new, but I just wanted to see what y'all thought about it. I'm gonna finish it out, but if I don't get a lot of views, clicks and views, I think I'm gonna just not do it anymore. I'm not sure, but I just wanted to see what y'all thoughts. Again, be sure to like the video, like me up so I can stay in the algorithm of things, and I will see y'all. Is it tomorrow? Nothing comes on. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Nothing's come on tomorrow, but I will see y'all. I don't know. I have to check because everything is on pause. I think the next time I'm gonna see y'all is Friday. So, but I might bring y'all being Mary Jane the next couple of episodes while I don't have nothing else going on. Anyway, but so I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.